Okay, Mr. LaFond, we're back with the very cold, wet weather of the coming ice age. One of my watchers, Uncouth boy, there's no other kind, right? He says, "Do you think the coming ice age is going to be good for lack of a better term, it's going to be good for Whitey? You know, good for European descended people? What do you think?"
Uh, in some places, yes, and in some places, no. The um, Starting about 1910, like the European elite had been obsessed with eliminating as many, ordinary people of European descent as possible. That's why the world leaders engaged in, two massive wars of extermination of that group of people, and which I think everybody was complicit in and they cooperated with.
All right.
But currently, the U.S. and China are working on exploiting as many African resources as possible, and part of that initiative is going to involve exporting as many Africans as possible to the United States and Canada. And is an ice age. We're in a cooling period. We're in a solar minimum, and these conditions don't always end up in an ice age. But as long as you have big centralized government control, a cooler weather is going to make it easier for the people that run things in the big corporations and the governments to just kill as many of us as possible. Because it's pretty easy, especially for an old cracker like me, to just freeze to death. And many places in the country, gas stoves are essentially outlawed, wood stoves are outlawed, or there's prohibitory expenses in installing them. So I think the coming ice age, which we're probably 5 years into, is going to be very good for the man. The pallid people at the top of the pyramid that are running things. I think it's be good for them, and it's going to be good for some people in the trades that work in heating and work in rehab and construction. But if you had a total EMP blast, grid went down, comet hit, meteor, something like that, then it would be great for working class crackers. But as long as you still have these big governments and multinational corporations, we are going to be the target of their malice. And they'll kill tens of millions of their tropical pets, just throwing them at us to drive us to extinction. Because in the end, what they want is a planet that's got about 500 million people on it. They want to call the current population down to like 10% of what it is.
You mean the Georgia Guidestones?
And that means a lot of everybody's got to go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the global warming scare is all about getting us looking left while they're planning right. Because they know it's cooling, so they got us on. We have like 39-degree nights here.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll have a high temperature at some point in the following week that's a half a degree higher than normal.
Yeah.
And all the news talks about is how there's this record rise in temperatures. Well, yeah, because you had a 39-degree night, and now you have a normal day. 5 days later, record high in temperature. Okay, record rise in temperature.
Everybody's got respiratory problems. Oh my God, I can't imagine why.
It's pollen.
Yeah, Arkham Reporter had mentioned too, like in Switzerland, like they actually the heat is preset for you by the government. So so he's like, yo, they're lowering. He noticed like last year, like, hey man, this is not as warm as it was the year before. It's like they're lowering the heat, like they're making it colder in there, which is great if you're using the windowsill to cool your beer. But obviously, that means you're getting cooled as well. Yeah, it makes sense. Because also, if there is an ice age, right, Europe's going to be covered in ice again. You're going to want to be the more southern hemisphere. So our favorite country will be fine in the Middle East, I'm sure. So Anyway.
Canada's in trouble, and Canada is where a lot of food is produced.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
There's been a large crop failures over the past 5 years in Canada with winter wheat and potatoes.
I know. I mean, it's like you want to say screw Canada, but one of my watches is from there, so don't say that. And also, yeah, they make a lot of food. People don't realize it. So, all right, cool. All right, that's for Uncouth Boy.
Thank you.